right, we're joined now by Meir Statman, professor at Santa Clara University, an expert when it comes to behavioral finance. Professor, good to have you with us. I want to talk about crazy. No, not you, investors. Crazy maybe being the definition that you expect a different result even though you do the same thing all the time. People making decisions about their money, continuously showing losses. Why do people do it?
Well, you call them crazy. I call them normal stupid. And the reason they do, or we do, what we do, is that we don't get good feedback or we misinterpret feedback. For example, if we make a decision and the decision turns out well, then we take credit for ourselves. If it turns out poorly, we say that that was just bad luck. And so we just don't learn that it is our decisions that are poor, and we don't stop doing that.
So if we have poor decision-making skills, what can we learn from people who gamble, particularly those who play at cards? Is there any connection between the odds in playing cards and the odds of success on Wall Street?
There are analogies here. That is, people who are skilled at playing cards, say blackjack, know how to arrange the odds in their favor, but they are still able to have odds of, say, 52 relative to 48 in their favor. They still know how much luck is involved. Unfortunately, investors are not aware of that. Investors kind of get into the mindset where they're either bullish, absolutely sure the market will go up, or bearish, absolutely sure it will go down. And if they do that, they tend not to diversify. They tend to put it all, say, in gold or in treasuries or in stocks or whatever. And they end up sometimes winners, but very often losers.
Professor Statman, explain the role of luck in investments.
Well, luck plays a huge role in investments. Markets, as you can see, they just go up one day big and then they go down big. And after the fact, we tell all kinds of stories that justify that. But really, we don't know. It is a combination of what happens in the market, what happens in Greece, and what happens in our own minds, the sentiment, bullish or bearish, that we have. And so what we should know, I think, is that skill plays relatively little role in investing, and luck plays a big role. We tend to think that it's the other way around, but I think that it is not. And this means, to me, that diversification is a wise strategy, because diversification essentially says it is mostly luck, and I don't know where luck is going to strike next, so I'm going to just spread my bets and know that some of them will turn out well.
Professor Statman, part of people's diversification is to put money into money market funds. Tell me about the psychology of buck accounting.
Well, people hate losses. And the problem with mark-to-market funds, which are all mutual funds, is that the value of, say, a bond fund might go up one day and might go down the other day. The problem is that when people write a check, say, for $500, they expect it to be cash for $500. But if by any chance it is in a money market fund that is marked to market, such that they actually have to pay 510 shares for it, they feel like idiots. They feel like losers. And so the money market fund industry chose to have this buck accounting to make its accounts very much like checking accounts.
We got to leave it there. Professor Meir Statman joining us from Santa Clara University, an expert on behavioral finance.